I'm exhausted. I've got lies exhaustion. I really do. I'm just the stuff that the mainstream media continues to put out. It's exhausting, absolutely exhausting. Um, from the get go with this, when the assassination attempt, and we've had several podcasts on this over the course of the week. Again, I gave the timeline when I heard what happened, saw what happened, and what our initial idea was is how someone could actually get a gun in there. And again, I'm someone that has dealt with the Secret Service. I've been to conventions. I've been to inaugurations. I've had the background checks. I know how tight security could be. The idea that someone could get that close with a sniper rifle, no cover at all. It's unthinkable. Unthinkable. It's like I said, I'd be more believable if I saw Bigfoot riding on a unicorn in my backyard. Absolutely impossible for that to happen. I put it to you this way. Okay. And I've alluded to this, said it. I'm not a conspiracy theorist guy, but there's more evidence that this is a frickin' inside job than there was that, OJ killed Nicole. That is the reality of everything that is piling up right now. I was thinking about the great, one of the best television shows of all time series, The Wire. And, the beginning, they're trying to track down who the drug dealers are, and they get the wire up, and they've got their big bulletin board up there with pictures, and they're adding, and they got strings going here and there. I'm going to go through some of this, okay? And first and foremost, I got to hand it to former U.S. Army sniper and Florida rep Corey Mills. Again, this guy's in the 82nd Airborne Division, Joint Special Operations Command. You ever seen in the interviews with him lately? I mean, he hits rat-a-tat-tat-tat with just facts. He's saying the same thing. It's not possible. It's not possible for that many people to screw up. It's unthinkable what happened. I'm just go through some of the things, some of the new things that are coming out. This Crooks is caught on video beforehand, scoping out the rooftops and vantage points. Caught on video. He was observed with a rangefinder standing next to the building prior to the attempt. Law enforcement observed Crooks for 30 minutes prior to the attempted assassination. There were agents stationed inside of the same building he was perched on. They said the roof was too sloped and posed a danger to the agents. People in the crowd were telling authorities that Crooks was there. The Secret Service detail was magically cut down because of Jill Biden deciding to go to an event which pulled agents away from Trump's detail. Couldn't access his phone right away, but nobody knows why. Supposedly now they've got access to his phone. We got women in the detail that couldn't even holster their own weapon. An officer that climbed a ladder to approach Crooks back down. We can go on and on here. The Secret Service has now said that they spotted the shooter at 5:51, confirmed the threat at 5:53, but still allowed President Trump to go on stage at 6 p.m. And I'm thinking about this, and I again, pops into my mind. When I was responsible for kids, children, when I was coaching them in the state of Florida, in the summertime, they got thunderstorms that come across the state. We'd have lightning detectors. I have my phone. They got that little Spark app. So I knew how close the lightning strikes were. So I knew, beep, time to get the kids off the field. There was a threat that you knew about at 5:53, yet you allowed the president still to go on? Explain that to me. It's inexplicable. This is why there's nothing coming out, because they can't explain it. Okay? They can't explain it. More information. The shooter visited the rally site a few days in advance to scope it out. 62 minutes elapsed between the time the shooter was photographed as being suspicious and when he fired. 62 minutes. Nobody's going to go up to this person because he looks suspicious. Nobody. It was Dr. Peter McCullough and John Leake did a dive into what's coming out right now and some other anomalies. No local law enforcement was on the rooftop used by the shooter. When law enforcement was notified by citizens of the shooter, there was no prompt action at the rooftop to neutralize the shooter. Local law enforcement failed to initiate active shooter protocol to protect Trump and the crowd. There's no apparent communication from local law enforcement to the U.S. Secret Service to get Trump to his secure location. Police snipers on the roof used binoculars to track the shooter's position and did not warn the Secret Service to get Trump off the stage. Police snipers under scope vision allowed the shooter to get set and shoot 6 rounds. Police sniper got off the scope and looked with the naked eye to be sure the shooter had taken his shots and never looked down at Trump. Finally, a police sniper shot Crooks, and the one that you think shot Crooks, the ones that they're showing in the picture, didn't shoot him. No, it came from somewhere else. We don't know that yet. No local police went up on the roof after Crooks was shot to take his gun away or to check his status. No active shooter protocol. No warning was given to Trump or the audience. What else we got here? Now we got the Department of Homeland Security is obstructing a congressional investigation into the failures. They're not allowing any sort of conversation now. They don't want the head of the Secret Service there to say a word. And again, you got this video about again, you would think that, if you see something that's up, everybody's got the little earpieces in, they'd be able to, radio it in or say something. There was a blanket tactical channel being used. Everyone who was on that tactical channel heard it. The local officer that confronted the Trump rally shooter radioed into a shared police channel that there was an armed gunman on the roof prior to former President Trump being shot. So our officers in the area started to converge on the building. My understanding is they did a full perimeter walk of the building, weren't able to see up on the roof. 2 of the officers went to what appeared to be the lowest point from ground to roof. One of the officers actually boosted the second officer high enough to grab hold of the roof. When he was able to pull his head over the roof, he did see the individual on the roof with a weapon. Said the shooter pointed his weapon at the officer. Shooter turned towards him, had the barrel of his weapon pointed at the officer. It gets even more weird. The local officer said the officer was hanging from the roof and unable to reach for his weapon, radio, or defend himself. He then fell to the ground. So both the boosting officer and the officer that fell were both on the radio, indicating that there was an individual on the roof that did in fact have a weapon. The local official did not reveal the amount of time between that radio call and Trump being shot. Again, why wasn't anyone warned? Again, the lies, it's exhausting. It is. Last night I watched a little bit of the RNC before I went to bed. I can't stay up that late. Ted Cruz being interviewed by Jesse Waters, and Ted Cruz calling for the immediate. That's the usual. Again, it was boring. I was like, Ted's the usual. Biden doesn't fire anybody. Needs to fire the head of the Secret Service right now. What? Okay, fire. What good is that going to do? And he was pushing back against any sort of idea that there was any sort of conspiracy. And again, he's a politician, and that's how politicians are. But you've got to be kidding me, man. You've got to be kidding me. The great meme today had sent over me, and it's Kennedy sitting, John F. Kennedy sitting in the back of the car, in Dallas before he was killed. And they got a little sign on the side of the car. We should exit Vietnam, back off Castro, and destroy the CIA and the Federal Reserve. Change my mind. So this is what we got here. So the United States government, we still can't find a guy that was responsible for placing those pipe bombs, the January 6th pipe bombs. Can't find the person that was doing coke inside the White House, left the coke there. I can't find a single person that was one of Epstein's clients. We still don't know who blew up the Nord Stream pipeline, right? We still have no motive for the shooter in Las Vegas from a few years ago. And we still don't have a motive for the Trump hit. Hey, you getting exhausted? You getting exhausted? I know I am. I know I am. I'm just so sick and tired. So sick and tired of being lied to by these people. I really am. Again, I got the song in my head. Can't get it out. Great song. Not a bad song to have ringing in your head. The annoying was Dave Matthews tunes. Everybody wake up. It's a great song. Everybody wake up. You're living with your eyes closed. And most people, I don't think most people even want to deal. Get their arms around. No. Can't be. That can't be true. What do you mean it can't be true? When you exhaust everything else, okay, it's right there in front of you, people. It's laid out right there in front of you. We got nothing so far. Again, and their stories keep changing. Oh, he came in a Hyundai Sonata. Now all of a sudden he's got a van with explosives in it. They can't even get their story straight, for crying out loud. They'll come up with something. And that will be the official. Oh, this is what happened. This is what happened. Kind of like the whole, 9/11 investigation, right? Oh, I got a big committee. Oh, we got to do a big committee. Government's got to do their, got top men working on it right now. We got a big investigation. Right. Again, I was living in Sarasota, Florida at the time, and magic, mysterious. It was mysterious. There was Saudi citizens. I'm not kidding. This is true. Saudi citizens living in Sarasota disappeared. Poof, and they're gone. Disappeared right after 9/11. Never to be heard from again. Anyway, you can believe what you want to believe, people. Okay, again, you want to bury your head in the sand. If it makes you feel more comfortable, it helps you to get through the day to believe these schmuckos, the mainstream media, go right ahead. Go right ahead. I just can't do it. I don't care how exhausting it is. WatchDog on WallStreet.com.